Portsmouth, one of the South Coast conurbations, including Bournemouth, Southampton, that seems to have taken a real hit from the migrant crisis. Hotels, houses of multiple occupation, lots of protests in Portsmouth. There was a rape there by an asylum seeker, and the local council were revealed. It absolutely, no doubt about it. They tried to keep quiet the fact that the rapist was, or the accused rapist was, an asylum seeker. That word went out to councillors and town hall staff. Don't mention it was a council. It was an asylum seeker. Well, that got out. So kind of weird culture surrounding the asylum seeker has taken hold of Portsmouth. Local councillors not so long ago were furious to learn that, unbeknownst to them, they thought, well, we've got these hotels, that's it. But unbeknownst to them, migrants were being sort of secreted into houses of multiple occupation. They now feel that they've got an assurance that there won't be any more of these houses, no more migrants really. Now, let's talk to Reform UK local councillor from down there in Portsmouth, George Madgwick. Hello, George.
Good evening.
Well, look, you've been given this assurance, or you seem to be given a kind of assurance that after your migrant hotel problems, that weird moment where your council, I think you exposed the truth, where your council tried to put a lid on the fact that the rape of a local woman was by an asylum seeker. That got out, but the town hall, the council, were absolutely found out for trying to keep a secret of that fact, which is kind of bizarre. And then you found out that migrants, asylum seekers, were being secreted into Portsmouth, into these houses of multiple occupation that you didn't know about. Obviously infuriating for you. But now you seem to have been told, the government has indicated that Portsmouth has a crisis in social housing, has now, it believes, taken its fair share of asylum seekers, and from now on other areas must be considered for houses of multiple occupation, and I presume hotels as well. So are you convinced, are you happy that you won't be, or you won't have imposed on you more and more migrants from now on?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for that really good introduction. It really sums up what's happened over the summer in Portsmouth. And the one thing you did miss, which we revealed on your show just a couple of months ago, is the 40% off kayak lessons as well that was being given to asylum seekers as well. But
very important, of course.
We have had a big issue. And as you say, quite rightly so, that the council were not aware that migrants were being moved into houses of multiple occupancy, and people that live in Portsmouth and from Portsmouth were being evicted from their homes to make way for these. And it come out just a couple of months ago now, we found out we had 700 in Portsmouth. Now, to put that into perspective, we have more asylum seekers living in Portsmouth than every other council authority in the whole of Hampshire combined, which is truly, truly shocking. And we basically been lobbying the government. As you know, there's been active protest, and the government have finally come back this week and said, okay, fine, we will not instruct our third-party contractors, i.e. Clear Springs and Serco, to allow any additional HMOs or family homes to be used to house migrants. That's it, we've capped it, it's finished. And that's obviously great news after a summer of absolute hell, to be completely honest with you, Kevin. As you say, there's been a lot going on in Portsmouth, but do I believe it? Listen, they told us in 2023 and 2024, we had reassurances from the Penny Mordaunt, who was our MP at the time, Suella Braverman, who was the Home Secretary at the time, that we had no more coming here, and we found out that was not true. So I'm sceptical but hopeful.
So I think you got about, am I right, you got about 3,320 or something asylum seekers in total in Portsmouth. Obviously, I assume most of them in hotels, but you've got these HMOs as well.
Well, this is the problem, Kevin. That's not the case. We've only got 70 in hotels. The rest of them have been dispersed
I
without
see.
knowledge into houses of multiple occupancy and family homes. And this is where the real crux of the problems come. This is where it really blew up, because people in their communities were saying, we've got asylum seekers moving into our house next door, and we were being told by the council, no, that's not happening. That's where it's happened. We've got so many dispersed within our communities here. It's mind-blowing.
Well, I'm assuming that you're going to be seriously on the case and keep a very, very close eye on this to make sure that you're not going to get duped again, because you were duped in the past. You thought your troubles were over, but secretly they were putting more and more migrants, asylum seekers into houses of multiple occupation. You will have to stay on your game, won't you, to make sure this doesn't happen again, because the government is not exactly above board and honest and transparent in these matters, is it?
No, but I do think what's happened in Portsmouth is the residents of Portsmouth really have woke up to this issue. As you said, we've had a summer of protests every single Friday. It's still going on to this day now. No matter what the weather is, it's still going on. People are proactively now engaged with this topic in Portsmouth because, as I said, we have got a huge disproportionate amount in Portsmouth now in comparison to other areas. It's a real problem that you actually notice on your high street. As you said earlier in your conversation, we have had very violent sexual assaults down in Portsmouth. We've had multiple crimes. It's a hot topic. So hopefully people are now vigilant to this and aware of this and will hopefully report it in. But I'll give the council the credit where the credit's due. When they found out that the Home Office hadn't been honest and transparent with them, they were incredibly angry. And as I say, we've now had a real positive result, we hope.
And just to go back to that terrible rape that happened, that they tried to cover up the fact that the rape was committed by an asylum seeker. As I recall, put me right if I'm wrong, the upshot, you helped to reveal this. I remember it got on the front page of the Sun newspaper and everybody picked up on it, was on all the telly and everything. As I recall, in the end, the council essentially said, yeah, we did it, so what? That was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately it was, yeah. So you'll probably remember we spoke about this on TalkTV. It was the first TV interview we had about it. And you're right, the council provided you a statement basically saying, we know we did it, but we did it to stop community tensions, was the word,
God.
Which caused more community tensions, ironically.
Exactly.
And it's just mind-blowing, honestly. But you're right. There was a proactive cover-up. I think everyone now knows that that was happening. It's a complete... we know it's happened. And yeah, you're right. We submitted a complaint in about the chief executive officer. It went to the employment committee. Ironically, the employment committee are made up mainly of Liberal Democrats and Labour. Yeah. And they found that there was no case to answer. And I don't know how that happened.
Well, it's because they're Liberal Democrats and Labour. What is the nature of the council? Who's in charge? What's the dominant party?
It's run by a Liberal Democrat minority administration. Okay. So they're propped up by Labour in Portsmouth, and we've now got 7 Reform members and 4 Conservatives and 1 singular independent. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix. Okay,
so you've got a Liberal Democrat administration propped up by Labour. Well, George, it's no wonder you've had so much trouble, but you're doing a great job, and keep us posted with developments. Let's hope you're in the clear now, but frankly, on past performance, let's keep an eye on things, shall we? Thanks for coming on, George. George Madgwick there, local councillor from Portsmouth, where things are looking up a bit, maybe, I don't know.